Everyone, welcome to Automation Talk. In the previous video, we have implemented our first test case and successfully executed it. In this video, we are gonna create one more test case and then we'll try to remove the duplicate code and we'll create a base test for that. And also we will see the importance of setup and teardown method in this video. So let's start. So the scenario which we are gonna automate is this is the site which we are automating. So let's verify the subheading which is available example. So let's go to our test case test class and let implement the second scenario. So let's first put the test annotation which tells the compiler that this is a test method, and then public void and test, public void test sub heading. Okay, then this is a test case. We have to launch a browser, then we have to open the site, and we are also maximizing it. So let's copy this code and then let's copy everything. And here you see let's inspect it. Right click and inspect, and you see available example is under h2 tag. So there are different locator strategy. So let's write the XPath for this. So here just clear out all this. So how you will write an XPath, $x, then here you can write like // h2. The tag was h2. So now when you do this, so you see this is the only h2 tag is over here. So if in case there are multiple h2, then here you will get the list of all the h2 present. However, in this scenario there is only one h2 tag present. So yeah, we can take this XPath. So let's go in our code and let's write here. So in the previous we have taken the strategy as a class name, but we are now this in the here we are taking the XPath. So let's write down the XPath. So we will get the element by this driver.find element and then by passing an XPath, and then definitely we have to take the text, then expected. So what is expected over here? The expected is available example, but let's execute this test case and let's see what is happening over here. Okay, so now I have executed this test scenario and it launches the browser and it get failed, and it's saying like the expected was welcome to internet, available was actual available example. So yeah, that's the actually this is the expected. Now you have seen I have executed the test case and it got failed over here. So as soon as any test case will get failed, it won't go to the next line, and that's why this particular line driver.quit is not executed, and that is why the browser is not closed. So in such scenarios, what is the best way? We will see. Either you can put in a try and catch, and you can catch this exception, or at the end you can put it into finally also. The driver.quit will execute, but this is like not a good way to do. But we will see how when we will implement our setup and a teardown method. But first let's just re-execute because we have updated our expected. So we have rerun this. So you have launched, it has launched the browser, and it has taken the, and you see browser is also get closed, and everything was running fine. Now in this thing, when we were seeing, so we saw that this particular code is repeated uh, here and here, and this particular line is also repeated. So now to overcome this, what we can do, we can create our base class up, which we can name as a base test. So let's do this. Let's create one package, and let's name that package as maybe init, or let's make it as a utils, and let's create our base class. So let's name it as a base test, and then in the base test let's create a method protected void, and then let's name this method as a setup, and then let's cut down all these duplicate code from there to here, and and what we will do, let's have this WebDriver be here as a data member, and then let's have it as a protect. Okay, and let's remove this. Good enough. So now this is a setup method. Okay, and let's remove this also from there because it will be, this is the duplicate code, we are just removing it. Okay, and let's extend our base class so that these error will go. So now you see all error has gone. Okay, and let's create a teardown method also. Let's name it as a teardown, protected void teardown. Okay, so it is a teardown itself, and let's have, and in this first we will check if driver is not equal to null, then we will do driver dot quit, and we will remove this line also. So now you have created a base class, and you have created two methods, a setup method and a teardown method, but this setup and teardown method won't execute before this test. So either the setup, like all the setup part won't be executed. So one way is like a very layman way is like you can call the setup method and then you can call the teardown method, but again if your test case is failed at this particular point, this the execution won't go to the next step, and your browser won't be closed. So how to overcome this? So we are using a testng, and testng has provided two more annotation. Like here we have @test annotation, which tells the compiler that this is the test method. Then here testng provides a before method. So this before method will execute before all the test methods. Okay, so now you will be, whenever this test method will execute, this before method will execute first this setup method, and similarly there is an after method also. Okay, slowly we will see like all other annotations also, like after test, after class, and all. Slowly we will see all these also wherever it's required. Okay, so now we have written our before method, and also we have written our after method. Okay, so now this is the test and this is the assertion. So this is the test and this is the assertion. Okay, and let execute this our test case, and let's execute it. So the setup method was called, our test case starts the execution, and then the browser got closed. So this tells like the teardown method is also uh, called. Now let's take a scenario where our expected is something not it's differ from the actual, and our test script will fail at this particular point, and we will see whether our browser is closed or not. Okay, let's run our test case. And you see browser it got closed, and also in the IntelliJ it is saying like our test got failed and the expected was available triple exclamation. However, the actual is available examples. So you have seen like the importance of a setup method and teardown method. Like if our execution get fails, whatever reason is, but our teardown method will always be executed. There are many more things which we have to which we are gonna implement in the setup and the teardown method in the future sessions. So uh, let's be tuned, and we will see how we will uh, make more rich this setup and teardown method. So now let's execute the complete class and see. So now setup method is called for the first test, and then teardown is called, browser got closed, then the setup method called before the second test, and you see we have not updated it, so that's why it's failing. And let's rerun. So in this video that's all what I want to demonstrate. Yep, so both tests are passing. So yeah, thank you everyone.